What is up, guys? We're back again. Today, we're gonna be working on headers. So, it's gonna be a bit of a project. Everybody that has an F150 knows how much of a task the headers are, mostly because of the corrosion on those head bolts and how much they're prone to breaking. So, I'm gonna try to avoid that with this, the bolt buster. So what this does is what it is an induction heater, right? So it heats up the bolt, and ideally up to 1,000 degrees, gets it not quite red hot, and then you quickly put your impact or whatever kind of wrench on it and wheel that puppy off. Hopefully, ideally, this is gonna work. Fortunately for us, we've got the passenger side has already been done, which is the pain in the butt side. That's the side where the starter is. And the driver's side has not. So that's gonna be the side that I'm gonna have to take the induction heater more than likely to. I'm gonna try and hit it with the impact first. If it doesn't work, then, the induction heater it is. I was gonna take the wheels off, the two front wheels, to have better access through the wheel well, but I don't think I need to do that. The fortunate side with the lift kit is the accessibility in the wheel wells. There's a lot of room, right? So you can kind of see everything in there. So we're gonna go ahead and try and do that. And I am gonna probably remove some of the plastics in the wheel well. That'll give me a little bit better access, a little bit more range of motion with my wrenches, and hopefully be able to get the impact drive in there so I can just crank it out. One side, because it's been fixed and been repaired, is pretty well off. Like I shouldn't have any trouble just taking a wrench to them and getting them off. But my driver's side is pretty darn gummed up. I'm about to show you. Let's see if we can see it. Hi. So, back in there, you'll probably be able to see the header is very corroded. And got a brand new steering rack in there. Here, let's see if we can see it better from here. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you could have seen that, but that's what we're gonna take off. And the bolts look pretty bad. So it's gonna be fun. No, it's not. But like I said, we're gonna take that bolt buster to it, see if we can fix it. So let's get to it. All right, so it has arrived literally just now. Our headers are here. Let's pray that these are the right ones. So it's time to start. We went with Hooker, the Blackheart edition, mostly because one, the price, two, reviews, and I know Hooker. I've got actually a set of Hookers in the garage here, but these are, they've got a good reputation. The other ones, the aftermarket replacements for this thing, I'm not 100% sold on. And all the reviews and everything I've heard has been kind of mixed. The only other ones I would consider was gonna get the FlowMasters, but those are $800. These were $476, and then I could afford to get the bolt breaking tool for like $300, and it was easy to replace all of that, or it was easy to. I did that for the cost of what those headers cost. So let's see how this goes. All right, so the first thing we did, we got it jacked up. We put it down as low as possible. I got one jack under there, took the front. We're gonna do the driver's side obviously first. So I left the passenger side front wheel on. You can see I got it leaning because I wanted to be able to access the top a little bit better, which makes it, when you have a 6-inch lift, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get in there. But, so, you can see all our corrosion. So there's our header bolts. What I just took off
was our dipstick tube here. There's a bolt right there. You can see it right here. 8mm bolt. Had to take it off. Now it should be just held in by a rubber grommet. So it should be able to just pull it out, but I'm gonna be very gentle with it. And then why I need to do this, because we're not putting the factory manifold in. As you can see here, there's a gap between, there's no flange basically between these two middle runners. So on our aftermarket ones, on our Hooker headers, it does have one. So I'm gonna have to install the headers and then put the dipstick back in. So that's what we're gonna take out right now, and then we're gonna go ahead, go right into bolt busting. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, so made a lot of progress today. It's getting dark, can't really see anything. I have the steering column kind of suspended right now, and that is because we had to take it off in order to access some of these bolts down here. As you can see, we got everything taken off. You can hear the kids. Got to get the bottom two flange bolts down underneath here. But the header, other than that, it's pretty much done. We just have to get those bottom two flange bolts, and then we're gonna replace those. And then we'll do the passenger side, which is gonna be, I think it's gonna be easier because it's got newer hardware and the bolts aren't as destroyed. So we ended up using the bolt buster, and that helped a good deal. But what also made it infinitely easier were extractor sockets. These puppies, oh man, I used this like the entire time. But they were so corroded that the 1/2-inch socket wouldn't even fit on there. And so I used these, and then I could eventually get the 1/2-inch socket on there, and I was able to break it free. The back bolt, I broke one stud, but thankfully it broke right at the edge of the flange, so I still can bite on it, but I'm still gonna easy out it. We'll go from there, but I'm running out of light today, and I gotta go work tomorrow morning, so yeah, hopefully we'll have this done tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks for watching, guys. Tomorrow. Let's go. What's up, guys? All right, so we're on day 2 of working on this thing. Well, maybe day 3, I don't know. It's been busy around here, so it hadn't been consistent work. But today we are gonna try and get the flange bolts off right at the header. So if you can see our Y pipe in there, which is right down here. Oh man, you're not gonna be able to get in there.
I hit a make or break point. Y pipe's got to come out. I could probably finagle it to come out the wheel well, but after working on it for so long, my arms are shot. And if I had another set of hands, I could probably get it in there while I'm holding the Y pipe, giving it a little breathing room, pulling it out of the way. But what I'm doing now is I'm loosening up the hangers on the Y pipe, and then that'll give me a little bit more room to squeeze it on by. I think having the lift kit made it a little bit better because the drive shaft's out of the way, the front drive shaft's out of the, or front axle's out of the way. And so I can bring it straight down from underneath the Y pipe on the driver's side. On the passenger side, the starter's got to come out. So I already broke the bolts free, as you can see on the flange for the header, but that's got new hardware on it, relatively new hardware on it, so it shouldn't be too bad to break those bolts loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up the hangers and then get the driver's side header off, and then go right back over to the passenger side, start undoing the bolts right off the head. All right, here we go.
I decided to quit crying about it and just take it out the wheel well. So now you actually get a good view of why you hear it ticking. This is the last runner right here. Look at that crack. Better view from the bottom. Man, look at it eat all the way through the metal between those runners. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this is what we got going on here. See down there, we got that stud that is being ornery. I got a stud extractor. So we're gonna see if we can put it